Hello and welcome to Tech. I am Mohammad Adnan, and in this video we are going to discuss all about the tenant setting features available in the admin portal of the Power BI service. If you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. Now let's get started. So I have logged into my Power BI service. In this, you have to go here on the top right, click on this settings three dot icon. In this, you have to go here settings and then admin portal. So click here, it will bring up this page here. In this, on the left side, you can click on the tenant settings. So there are plenty of options here. So we will walk through one by one. The first option is help and support settings. The first option is publish get help information. Users in the organization can go to internal help and support resources from the Power BI help menu, and it is enabled for the entire organization. There are options here: training documentation, discussion forum, licensing request, help desk. If it is empty here by default, then it will go to the default option set by the Microsoft, or else you can also define it here. Here, for an example, for training and documentation, we are used here this website of the YouTube channel. Now if I go here, help and support and then learn, it is redirecting it to this channel. Like this, if you mention your internal links here, it will redirect you to that links over there, or else it will redirect you to by default set by the Microsoft. And here we have an option to apply to the entire organization or to a specific group. If this is linked with the Office 365 group, you can create multiple groups over there, and we can also specify groups here. And even you can accept the specific groups option also is available here. The next is receive email notification for service outages or incidents. It is disabled for the entire organization. Mail enabled security groups will receive email notification if the tenant is impacted by a service outage or incident. If you have any service outage or incident, then we'll get an email notification from the Power BI service. And we can also enable disable here. If you click on enable, and we need to mention the security groups here. The next is allow users to try Power BI Pro. This feature is included in the recent update of the August 2020, and users in the organization with Power BI free license can upgrade to a Power BI Pro license and use Power BI Pro features for 60 days. And you can also enable or disable this feature, whether your organization people can try this or not. After that, you have the workspace settings. Create workspaces, new workspace experience. Users in the organization can create app workspaces to collaborate on dashboards, reports, and other content. Even if the setting is disabled, an upgrade workspace will be created when a template app is installed. You can enable and disable this feature here. Use dataset across workspaces. Users in the organization can use dataset across the workspace if they have required build permission. There are 4 types of users in this Power BI service. I have made a video about this. If you haven't seen that, just click on the link given on top of your screen. Now here, if we have a dataset in one workspace, and if the same dataset wants to use by another user on another workspace, if you enable this option, then they can able to use that feature. And these also settings can be applicable to entire organization or a specific group. Block classic workspace creation. User in the organization cannot create classic workspaces. So this also a new feature added on the August 2020 update. And once we have changed any modification, then you will get a notification here, unapplied changes, and you can apply it here. And this setting is going to apply for the entire organization. Apply. So once it is applied, it will take at least 15 minutes to get an effect of it. And then information protection. Allow users to apply sensitive labels for BI content. This is disabled for the entire organization. With this setting enabled, Microsoft Information Protection sensitivity labels published to users by the organization can be applied in Power BI. All prerequisite steps must be completed before enabling this. Sensitivity label settings such as encryption and content marking of files and emails are not applied to content within Power BI. It is basically that if the users export the data to Excel or into PDF, they will get an indication that it has the content which is sensitivity to the organization. And there are prerequisite steps are there. You can just click on the link here to get to know more detail about it. And the next is export and sharing settings. Share content with external users. Users in the organization can share dashboard and report with users outside the organization. It is enabled here. If they want to share, they can share and publish it to web. Control whether people in an organization can publish report and data publicly on the web. This publish to web option was previously inside the report of the Power BI. I think 6 months back it has moved to the tenant settings so that the admin can control this feature, because a lot of people are going to misuse this information by using this publish to web feature, and it is available to the public. And if you want to manage this code, you can go here in embed code. If you want to enable, or you can also delete the records as well. Copy and paste visual enable for entire organization. Users in the organization can copy visuals from a tile or a report visual and paste them as a static image into external application. Say for example, I have this report, and in this I want to copy and send it to an email to my staff. Then in the visual header of this visual, I can just click on this copy visual as image. Your visual is ready to copy to clipboard, copy it and then close here. And if I open an email here, say for example, if I paste here, it will get all the values of the visuals here, and also an information that this is a report and this is the date and time of the report refreshed. And with the link also they have given here to open the report. Export data. Users in the organization can export data from a tile or visualization. This also controlled analyze in Excel, export to CSV, dataset downloads, and Power BI service live connect features. So it is enabled. If you disable, then everything is going to be disabled. Export to Excel. Users in the organization can export the data from a visualization to an Excel file. It is also enabled. Export report as PowerPoint presentation or PDF document. It is also enabled. You can also click here, export PowerPoint, PDF and print. Export report as an image files which is in preview. Users in the organization can use the export report to API to export report in PNG files. It is disabled here. And there is a notification here if the report or its underlying dataset is tagged by a sensitivity label, the resulting export image will not be shown the label. Yeah, as we have seen earlier, for data protection sensitivity label, so if you export the visual as an image, it will not show any message that it has sensitivity content. Print dashboard and reports, we have seen that you can enable here. Certification. Allow users in the organization to certify the dataset and data flow. When a user certifies an item, their contact details will be visible along with the certification badge. In some of the organizations, we'll have developers are separate, the Power BI developers are separate, and the dataset developers are separate. Also, there are some teams, IT teams will be there. They will focus on the sensitivity and compliance issues with the government of the data which is publicly they are going to expose the information, so that the IT team will certify the dataset whether they can use it on the production or not. Allow external guest users to edit and manage content in the organization. The specified guest users in the organization can edit and manage content in workspace in the organization. They receive the ability to browse content and request access to content. Email subscription. It is also enabled for the entire organization. In the users, they can create email subscription as well. So here you have an option like subscribe. So click here. You can click on new subscription. You can add the subjects here and to whom you're going to add this one, but you cannot add the external users here. So if I add it here, this email address are invalid or duplicate. So you can add the subject here, optional message, and which report page you want to export. You can do it here, and also we can define the frequency, daily, after data refresh only once, daily, hourly, weekly or monthly, and on which weekday you want to send, and also define the scheduled refresh here, start and end date of it, and link access to this report and link to the report in Power BI. And featured content. Users in the organization can promote their published content to the featured section of the Power BI Home. You go to the Power BI Home, you will get an option like featured area so that they can promote their report and dashboard over there. Allow connection to featured tables. Users in the organization can access and perform calculations on data from featured tables. Featured tables are defined in the modeling view in the Power BI desktop and made available through data types gallery of Excel. Share to Teams 10, you can share this information in Microsoft Teams as well. Content pack and app settings. Publish content packs and apps to the entire organization. Users in the organization can publish content packs and apps to the entire organization. Yeah. Create template organizational content packs and apps. Users in the organization can create template content packs and apps that uses dataset built on one data source in Power BI Desktop. Push apps to the end user. Users can share apps directly with end users without requiring installation from app source. We have an option here. If the users want to install this one, they have to go to the apps here and then only they can able to get it the latest app from the app source. Here we have an option that we can directly push it to the users. If you want to enable here, the users don't want to go to apps and then they have to download. Instead of that, you can directly install it over there. And then integration setting. Use Analyze in Excel with on-premises dataset. Users in the organization can use Excel to view and interact with on-premises Power BI dataset. Use ArcGIS Maps for Power BI. Use Global Search for Power BI. Global Search is going to search the Azure Search External Search Index. Snowflake SSO. Users access token information including name and email will be sent to Snowflake for authentication. And use Azure Map Visual. And these are the latest features of the July update of 2020. This Azure Map Visual. Actually, it is coming from the third party. It is a TomTom here, powered by the third party TomTom. So we have to enable this one. You have to agree the terms and condition of the Microsoft here. Power BI visuals. Allow visuals created using the Power BI SDK. Users in the organization can add, view, share, and interact with visuals imported from app source or from a file. Visual allow in the organization visual page are not affected by these settings. Add and use certified visuals only, block uncertified. So users in the organization with permission to add and use visuals can add and use certified visuals only. Visuals allowed in the organizational visuals page are not affected by these settings. So in the app source, you have options like certified and uncertified visuals. We can block here to use only for the certified visuals. Next is R and Python visual settings. Interact with and share R and Python visuals. Users in the organization can interact with and share visuals created with R and Python scripts. And then audit and usage settings. So create audit logs for internal activity, auditing, and compliance. Users in the organization can use auditing to monitor action taken in Power BI by other users in the organization. Power BI audit logs are now always available for tenants that have enabled recording users and admin activity in the Office 365 admin portal. You have this option here, audit logs. Usage metrics for content creators. So users in the organization can see usage metrics for the dashboard and reports they have created. You have these options here. Per user data in usage metrics for content creators. Usage metrics for content creators will expose display names and email address of users who are accessing content. It is a must here. And the next is dashboard settings. Web content on dashboard tiles. Users in the organization can add and view web content tiles on Power BI dashboard. Note this may expose your organization to security risk via malicious web content. In the data classification for dashboards, users in the organization can tag dashboards with classification indicating dashboard security levels. And then developer settings, embed content in apps. Users in the organization can embed Power BI dashboard and reports in SaaS applications. Yeah, we can enable this option. Allow service principals to use Power BI APIs. Web apps registered in Azure Active Directory will use an assigned service principal to access Power BI APIs without a signed-in user. To allow an app to use service principal authentication, its service principal must be included in the Allow Security group. So if you enable this one, to access the tenant level features controlled by Power BI service admin and enable for the entire organization or for security groups they are included in. You can control access to the service principals by creating dedicated security groups for them and using these groups in any Power BI tenant level settings. So they are recommending to this specific group only instead of giving to our entire organization. And then data flow settings, create and use data flows. Then template app settings, publish template apps. Users in the organization can create template app workspace to develop app solutions for distribution to clients outside the organization. Install template apps. Users in the organization can install template apps created outside the organization. When a template app is installed, an upgrade workspace is created. Install template apps not listed in App Stores. Users in the organization who have been granted permission to install template apps which were not published to Microsoft App Stores. And then next is Q&A settings. Reviews questions. So allow dataset owners to review questions people asked about the data. So it will store the information what are the user types over there in Q&A setting. I have made a video about the Q&A visuals in Power BI. If you haven't seen that, just click on the link given on top of your screen. So these are the features which is available in the tenant settings in the Power BI service as of August 2020 update. If you like this video, just click on the big thumbs up button. If you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. Share it to the friends and colleagues. If you have any queries and feedback, just post it on the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. See you in the next video.